Hey everybody, today we are in Mason City, Iowa at IowaWorks, North Iowa. You know, back in my day, Peter, we used to call this the unemployment office, but now it's IowaWorks. And with us today is Peter Bieber from here at IowaWorks. And Peter, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking.
You bet. And Peter is a former member of the Iowa National Guard, 2 tours of Iraq, a Purple Heart, and found himself a while back unemployed as a veteran. And Peter, you've given so much back to these veterans of North Iowa, and now you're in the role here at Iowa Workforce Development. Tell us a little bit about what you do.
Basically, the $1 million name for my job is I am a Disabled Veterans Outreach Program Specialist. That's a little bit of a misnomer in the sense that I don't just work with veterans who have disabilities. I work with anybody that we have what we call a significant barrier to employment. That may be a disability. Maybe they have a disability rating through the VA. Maybe they were discharged from the military with a disability. Maybe they were previously incarcerated. They've got a criminal record. If they don't have a high school diploma, which some of the older veterans may not. We don't see too many of the younger ones these days because obviously that's a requirement to come into the military now is to have either a GED or a diploma. We also work with under-income veterans. We do see quite a few homeless veterans in this area as well. Basically anything that we determine is a significant barrier to them gaining employment of those the individuals that we reach out to and that I get to work with.
The handy thing about this at IowaWorks is that the Mason City office also covers Hampton and Franklin County. So really, Peter, you're the one who's going to be working with the folks, the veterans from Hampton and Tom Berry at the Veterans administration there in Hampton too.
Absolutely. I've had the chance to visit with Tom a couple of times on the phone. Spent about an hour or two in his office one day just kind of going over our programs and kind of finding out a little bit about what he does. I've spent time with every VSO or Veteran Services officers from each county in our area, which includes, of course, Franklin, Hancock, Saragoro, Floyd, Winnebago, Worth, and Mitchell counties. So we've got great individuals in each county that are doing their very best to help the veterans out in their counties.
And again, this isn't just all about unemployment or a handout. This is more, I feel what you're doing is more of a hand up to a lot of folks. And if they're underemployed, getting them a little bit better employment.
Yeah, that's certainly true. We have a lot of different organizations that we work with pretty much hand in hand. Again, the county VSOs are absolutely indispensable in that regard. There's a lot of programs, particularly getting them into the VA medical system, which is really, really important because obviously we want to make sure that they're taken care of both for their physical health, their mental health. There's a lot of veterans that have been through some very traumatic experiences. You hear all the time about 22 veterans a day that are still taking their own lives, and so we want to do what we can to try and prevent that. And so it's not just necessarily a matter of making sure they get a job, but we're trying to take care of the whole veteran as well. So we work with the folks up at FAVA, which is the Family Alliance for Veterans of America when it comes to homeless people. We also work with Kathy Bungie, who is a superb individual that works with the HUD-VASH program, Housing and Urban Development Veterans Assistance for Supportive Housing. She does just an absolutely tremendous job with that. We also network with the local shelters and just about anybody that we can think of from our local Marine Corps League, our local VFWs, and American Legions in each area as well. So it's really kind of a team effort as far as taking care of the whole veteran.
Sure. On the flip side, you also work with businesses with the Iowa Home Base Program. Can you just explain briefly what the Iowa Home Base Program is about and how folks in Hampton and Franklin County can get involved with that?
Absolutely. It's called Home Base Iowa, and there's a website out there, homebaseiowa.org. That folks can go to if they're interested. And basically what it is, it's a way for us to reach out to veterans who are transitioning out of active duty military and getting them to think about making their home following their military careers, making their homes in Iowa. We want to continue to grow the state. We want to try and get as many people from out of the state to come here as possible. And veterans are a great group of people. They've got discipline, they've got motivation, they've got a lot of skills that they learned in the military. They come out of there with marketable job skills. We want to put those skills to good use right here in Iowa.
And in Hampton and Franklin County, we have a couple of businesses that take part in this.
Absolutely. CB's is a very big participant in the Home Base Iowa program, as is Sukup Manufacturing up in Sheffield.
Great. Now, Peter, give us some contact information on how they contact you. If there's a veteran out there that needs a little bit of help, or a family member of a veteran that could say, hey, you know, we just need a little help. I know the transit system will help them out with transportation to get up here. And how do they contact you?
They can contact me by calling 641-422-1524, extension 44527. And we have a number of different people up here. We give priority of service to veterans, so even if it's not something that I can necessarily help them with, we have our whole department up here is set up to help veterans. So anybody can sit down and go over resumes, build a resume. Anybody can sit down and help them with a job search, filling out applications. We have a number of different workshops that are free to the public, anything from learning the essential tools of job seeking to resume building to conflict resolution in the workplace, and even a business startup called Smart Start that we run along with NIAC and the Papa John Center. So if you've ever thought about starting your own business, we're a place and a resources you can go to. None of our workshops cost anything. They're all free to the public. And so we certainly encourage people to come up and make the most of it.
Okay, it's Peter Bieber with IowaWorks here in Mason City. Stop by or give him a call, and he'd love to talk to you about finding some work or getting some help for some of our local veterans here in Hampton and Franklin County.